We hear a lot about concussions these days, often because of sports, but that's really just the tip of the iceberg. Concussions happen to millions each year, and for many people, they can be life-changing and long-lasting. People like Charlotte.
Well, I was on an elevator just like this one when everything started to turn white. I closed my eyes. I leaned my head back against the wall, fainted and fell, hitting my head pretty hard on the handrail. And I have not been the same since.
It's an invisible condition.
Meaning, how often do people who have concussion have people walk up to you and say, "You look fine"?
But I wasn't fine. I was well past the normal recovery time of a couple weeks, and I was still having crushing headaches every day. I was nauseous, dizzy, and suddenly lights and loud noises bothered me. Even more frightening, I couldn't remember words, names, or what I was talking about during a conversation. One time while driving, I suddenly didn't know where I was. Turns out, I was 2 blocks from home. I kept thinking, what's wrong with me?
About 20% of people have persistent post-concussive symptoms greater than 3 months.
Of the roughly 3 million people who get a concussion every year, about 600,000 develop post-concussion syndrome. They're the long haulers, the group that will take months or even years to feel and function like themselves again.
They don't realize how it affects their life. Not just, oh, I have a headache, or oh, I have some memory problems, but it affects their work, their family life, social things. It affects everything. I'm going to give you this deck of cards.
Kathy Pazak
Have 2 piles.
is my speech therapist.
I'm going to ask you questions. How many times have I said to you, I want that big red Band-Aid on your head so people know there's something wrong? Because you look great. You know, you're walking, you're not, drooling.
She's right.
Do you buy suits?
You don't see it,
More local news now.
but if you pay attention, you can hear it.
Agriculture consulting.
I know that word, but in an instant, my brain didn't.
That is a word, agnosia. You know it. I've said this word 10 times, but just in that fleeting minute with everything else that's going on in your life with the cameras and the lights.
Then snow cancels.
You've got so many stressors. It just goes.
For months, it's been baby steps
Good.
to rebuild my memory,
And let's see.
learn how to multitask, and process everything around me
Water mammals.
because everything is different, and so am I.
And with a concussion, the biggest challenge is people's identity changes.
Really light circles.
And so we want to help you get your identity back.
Marianne Relke is my occupational therapist,
So which one is better, the lighter or the dark?
and she's helping me get back to living a normal life.
You'll get better. It just takes time. You can't speed it up. You can't muscle through this.
Finger to nose.
But there is help
Keep going faster.
and hope.
I don't sit there and have this conversation where I say, you won't get better. Because I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep trying to find answers for you.
I've heard from so many people already sharing their concussion stories with me. They're telling me that they don't know what to do, where to go. They feel like they're not being heard or taken seriously. I get that, but there is help, and I believe in my team 100%. So to anyone out there who needs help and hope, I want you to contact me. Email me or Facebook message me, and I will give you their information so you can see them too.